Hi Virgo, happy birthday. Welcome to your reading. Don't forget that we do have your birthday special available. So it's a 1 hour reading. You actually get $50 off of the 1 hour personal one-on-one reading with me. That information is in the description box. If you are cross-watching for a Virgo, I also have 20% off of my other personal readings. And as a bonus for Virgo season, I actually have 20% off all of my merchandise. So any of the mugs or the t-shirts, there's a direct link below to any and all of that in the description box below. Any of the Fearless Intuition apparel and cups and such. Happy birthday. I hope you guys are having a really good birthday month so far. My birthday is on August 30th, so I'm celebrating with you guys. It's actually the day of the new moon, which is going to be very interesting. We have some pretty interesting energy that's going to be happening during this time because we have not only the sun in Virgo, we also have Mars, Venus in Virgo, and Mercury will be moving into Virgo on August 29th, which is the day before the Virgo new moon, which is also a supermoon. So big manifestation. And because we also have Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn, and we have Uranus in Taurus, there's this amazing trine of expansion, growing, lessons, karmic activity, and expansion. You could really have some anxiety this month, but we can transmute that anxiety into manifestation powers should you choose to. And so we have the Three of Swords and we have the Magician, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like things from the past, even if they're not happening currently right now, there are still things that you're sort of clinging to. And in order to release that, and when I talk about transmuting the energy, I mean making something negative that's happening into your life and turn it into a positive for you. Turn it into some kind of positive effect, positive grounding effect, something like that for you. And the easiest way to do that is allow yourself to release that negative energy with love. So like if it was a person that hurt you, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because we can manifest even from a place of hurt. Right? Like you can manifest, Virgo, we're good at manifesting things into reality without even it doesn't even take very much to do. Like it's not hard for us to do it. We can bring things into reality very, very easily. But that also means that we can bring negative things into reality. So if you're coming from a place where you're still really hurt and really broken from the past, you're going to keep manifesting that negativity, that brokenness, that hurt. Now, if you've decided that you want to heal this, which I feel like a lot of us, I mean, we went through a couple of years of growth, and then we went through a year of needing to find out what to do with that growth. That's what 2019 was. And now we get to figure out, all this growth and this healing and this prosperous nature that we've brought to our lives because we transmuted the energy is now bringing us into a place where we can manifest what we want in our life. Now, here's the thing. What we want isn't always what's best for us. So you got to remember that too. If you're trying to manifest something in your life that is not good for you, you know who I'm talking to right now. If you're trying to manifest something into your life that is not good for you, the universe is going to say no. But usually when the universe says no, there's always something better on the other side of that no. Typically, there's something better on the other side of that no. So allowing yourself to come from a place of humility and understanding that you actually are in charge of the energy that you are bringing here. Wheel of Fortune, you're in charge of the energy. And if you want to sit in this Three of Swords and feel really, really bad about yourself, be my guest. But I'm going to be the Virgo that decides to manifest things because the Magician has all the tools to do it. You know you have all the tools to do it. You can do that. And this Wheel of Fortune is you're in charge of shifting that wheel. You're in charge of getting that energy started. Now, when it comes to how that energy shows up, that's all in divine timing. But we get to start the wheel. You could have a fire sign in your life. We have the King of Wands. So you could have a fire sign in your life that you're either it's a karmic fire sign. It feels like somebody that probably hurt you from your past, and because you've learned the lesson and because you've healed from it and you've allowed yourself to heal from it, you can now come from a place of abundance with it. But they're still lurking. It feels like their energy is still around you, or they're still lurking in some way. And then we have the Devil, so you could also be dealing with a Capricorn energy. This could be a Sagittarius. The Wheel of Fortune represents Jupiter and very Sagittarius. But with this Devil energy down here, this is that karmic activity that I was talking about. Now, we're going to have a trine with all of this energy in Virgo. We have that trine with Saturn and Pluto, and I had already mentioned that. But when Venus and Mars are conjunct right now with the Sun, there's this passionate want and passionate need to push forward and do things in life and get stuff accomplished. And then Mercury's going to come in and be conjunct with everybody too. But then we're going to trine towards the end of September, towards the end of these transits, as they move into Libra. We're going to be trining with Saturn and Pluto. And Saturn and Pluto have been in Capricorn for quite some time, going to be there for a little bit longer. And whenever we have this big trine aspect during Virgo season, you get the chance, especially because Saturn and Pluto are still retrograde. I believe Saturn goes direct in September 17th, I want to say. Hold on one second. September 17th. I was right. I knew I had read that somewhere. It was on my app. But when Saturn goes direct, Saturn is Big Daddy Karma, right? If you have been doing the work, if you've been allowing yourself to learn the lessons, if you've been allowing yourself to heal and come from and manifest the energy from a place of healing and happiness, this is going to be an easy transit for you. These planets and these energies and the way everything's going is going to be a very easy transit for you. Now, if you are still learning these lessons, they're going to come up again. And that's okay, Virgo. It's okay if these lessons come back up again and you have to feel the hurt again. But this time around, what I want you to do is transmute it into this 10 of Cups, this 3 of Swords into the 10 of Cups. And how do you do that? First of all, you allow yourself to feel it all. Even if you're like, but I've been feeling it for years. I want you to feel it all, and then I want you to release it. And the way that you release it, you thank it for existing. Whatever it is, whether it's a person, whether it's this fire sign, whether it is a situation in your life. It doesn't mean that the memory of this person is going to go away. It doesn't mean that you're never going to feel anything for this person again. But the way that you transmute it into something where you can manifest your long-term happiness and long-term future, which is what the 10 of Cups is, this is your karmic lesson here, okay? So we take that negative, whatever the feeling is that's coming up again, you take it and you say, thank you to yourself. You don't actually say it to the person, because I guarantee you if you say it to the person, they're probably going to think you're crazy. Thank you for showing me how to heal myself on this journey. Thank you for being a part of my healing journey. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Thank the energy of the person, thank the energy of the situation, and you say, I no longer have use for you. I don't care how many times you have to say it. For the next 30 days. Say it every single day of Virgo season. Manifest that shit to transmute into the 10 of Cups, because you have so many beautiful, good things coming. And you have, and you're probably already sitting in a lot of really beautiful, wonderful things in your life, but you're not paying attention to those wonderful and beautiful things because you're so focused on this Three of Swords and what happened in the past, or what if I would have just been this way, or what if things could have just turned out this way. Instead of doing the what if to yourself, I want you to stop, and I want you to think, and I want you to thank it. Process it through gratitude. Process it from a place of being grateful for being in your life and being part of your healing journey. Okay? So let's see, what was this Three of Swords? Because I feel like it was past. I don't feel like it's now. I don't feel like you're sitting in this Three of Swords energy every day. And if you are, I want you to process it from a place of gratitude. You know, actually having emotions and feeling is healthy. I promise that's a real thing. I know, being a Virgo, it's like you don't want to have to feel it as much as possible. You want to try and ignore the situation so you don't feel that pain again. It's healthy. It's healthy, Virgo. Feel the pain. Let yourself feel it. Okay? Deep breaths. Let's talk about the Three of Swords. There we go. Oh. So, you wanted somebody in your life. You wanted to be able to give your love and receive love from a fire sign. Could be a Gemini, could have been a Capricorn. You wanted somebody to show up for you, and they didn't. Okay? What if they weren't supposed to show up for you? And the reason why they weren't supposed to show up for you is not because you're not good enough. No. The reason why they weren't supposed to show up for you is because you were supposed to learn how to be self-efficient. Because you were supposed to learn, or you're supposed to learn, how to love yourself. And so you have. You have learned that. And now the painful feelings are coming back, and you're like, but Betsy, why? Why do the painful feelings keep coming back? Because there's a part of this connection that you had with somebody else that you didn't quite understand. And when a Virgo doesn't understand something, or a Virgo can't comprehend, like what the fuck happened? Like, there was no closure, right? And so it drives you crazy. So what do you do with that? You look at it and you say, I wasn't supposed to understand that relationship 100%. I wasn't supposed to understand the ending to that relationship 100%. What I was supposed to understand was how much I deserve, and that person was not capable of giving to me what I deserve in my life. And that's okay. And repeat it. And that's okay. It's okay that this person wasn't able to give to me what I truly deserved in my existence. Because they also deserve something different other than you. They have karmic lessons that they're learning as well. And you have to kind of remember that people come into your life to teach you a lesson, but they also have lessons they need to learn for themselves as well. And we can't hinder that process. Just thank the energy and move on. It's that Ariana Grande song that was so popular earlier this year. Thank you next. Right? Thank you next. And so the magician has every tool at his disposal to bring anything into fruition, right? Whether that's in a manipulative sense, or whether that is in a way to benefit not just yourself, but society too, right? Humanity. So we have justice on the magician. As we move into Libra season, and you start to see and recognize and realize how much you've been manifesting this entire year, because it's been very, very difficult to see things progressing in the 3D world, right? Like you have all this esoteric knowledge, you're really growing your intuition, you're allowing yourself to think and be and all of the stuff, right? But for the life of you, you can't get things moving in the 3D. As Libra season, as we move on to Libra season, you're going to start seeing the progression of what you've been trying to manifest this whole year, or maybe even for the last 2 years, what you've been trying to bring into fruition, whether that's a new job, whether it is a new soulmate in your life, whether it is whatever it is that you have to leave behind, leave it behind with love and allow yourself to come into this new solar return year in a balanced way, in a more now a Virgo will never be balanced. We're just going to be honest about that. A Virgo will never be, and the reason why Virgo will never be balanced is because we are so grounded that if we let ourselves not be like in constant change mode or constant manifestation mode or making ourselves, we're so mutable and so grounded that having that balanced energy, we literally think that there's something wrong. Like if everything is going like smoothly and perfectly, we're like, so are you saying that you don't need my help like nobody needs me anymore because everything is going so well, right? This is what I'm saying. So in a Virgo's life, being balanced energetically and physically at the same time, it's almost as if something could possibly be wrong. Like what? So what you're saying is you don't need my help. And then we have an existential crisis and lose our minds because nobody needs us, right? We have found, and that's the thing, is now it's time to focus on you. When everybody else says, no, I don't need your help. It's not a personal attack against you. I promise. It's not because they don't value who you are. It's because it's time to focus on you. Focus on the self. Allow yourself to be abundant with your own inner strength. That's the shift of energy. Leaving this behind, allowing yourself to manifest into a whole new you. Having that inner strength, having that inner knowledge and the inner strength, double whammy. And with that strength, pushing yourself forward. Now, you could be dealing with a Leo energy or even a Libra energy. There could be a Libra energy that's a little bit manipulative or trying to manifest behind your back something. Libras, as we go into Libra season, they're going to have kind of a shake up and a shock themselves. So if you are dealing with them, just keep your eyes open, Virgo. Just you're going to know. You're going to know with the energy shift and how things are moving and developing on whether this person is being honest with you or not, right? Now, the fire sign, this is a heavy energy. I feel like if you have to work this hard, that 10 of Wands, if you have to work this hard for somebody's love and affection, not worth it, man. You need to love yourself this much, not somebody else. Just keep that in mind, Virgo. Do you really want to constantly feel like you need to gain attention from somebody else? Or can you just give yourself attention and recognize that if somebody else doesn't want to give you their attention, you don't need to work this hard for somebody in your life, for somebody to be in your life. Okay? And then we have the devil. Let's see this devil. I feel like the devil is the karmic energy. Yeah, you're leaving this behind. That Ace of Cups keeps on showing up at the bottom of the deck. I love it. The Three of Wands on the devil. I feel like you're leaving, if it's a Capricorn, you are leaving the Capricorn energy behind. If it is not a Capricorn, but it's karmic energy, And we're constantly improving. We always have new lessons to learn, and we always have new lessons to transcend and transmute and move through. So it's not that you're leaving your karmic energy or karmic lessons behind for good. I just feel like you're leaving those big ones, the ones that you couldn't quite grasp and get your, it's like you couldn't put your finger on it. You couldn't figure out what was going on. And you have that clarity, you have that aha as we move through September, and we have those transits that are going to give you a lot of clear moments on what it is that you have learned. And you can be like, I mean, I feel like by the end of Virgo season, you guys are going to take a good hard look at your life and be like, wow, I have learned so much. Like, it's almost as if in the last 3 years, you've learned a lifetime of lessons. You know? And now that you recognize and you realize that you've learned that lifetime of lessons, everything makes a little bit more sense. Relationships become a little bit easier. Life becomes a little happier. And you can celebrate and have a good time and enjoy your solar return. I know I'm going to enjoy this solar return, my 40th year, and I'm really excited for this next decade. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's coming forward for all Virgos, and all of that pain that you held on to for a really, really long time, you know. Some of us are a little bit concerned about where this 10 of Cups is going to come from, because you're not quite there yet. You're not done processing that painful existence that puts you in that 3 of Swords to begin with. So we have the 8 of Swords on the 10 of Cups. I mean, of course, like if we're not in an 8 of Swords state about our future and how things are going to look in the future, then are you really a Virgo? Seriously. Can you call yourself a Virgo if you are not constantly worrying about your future? I think not. Here's the thing though. Life is much sweeter when you're not in the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is your own self-imprisonment, the self-imprisonment of your own mind. So allowing yourself to transcend out of that, you're going to see and get really honest with yourself and find out that things are very, very clear, and see how stable you really are, Virgo. So we have the 4 of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. These are those honest aha moments that I want you to recognize. And like, I'm a Libra rising, right? So I'm a Virgo sun, Libra rising. So literally when we go through Virgo season, everything is happening in my 12th house. Okay. So, looking at this reading, I can literally see the karmic lessons that I'm learning as we go through here. And I'm seeing where I do have the strength to transmute the energy. And I do have the manifestation powers to be able to bring things into fruition. I can also manipulate a little bit. So be very careful about what you're doing. Watch your words when it comes to your home. Because this stability that you truly do have in your life is going to be in question. And it's almost going to be an illusion, because you're going to think, you're going to look at this and you're going to think that your life is extremely unstable, or the way that things have been going, like there's just going to be this huge uproar, blah, 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 blah. It'll probably be like 1 or 2 days of feeling kind of miserable, and then it's gone. And then it's almost as if the skies are going to clear up and everything's going to make so much more sense. And then you're going to look back at those 2 days and be like, why was I so worried to begin with? 8 of Swords. Why was I so worried to begin with? Because you don't even really have to be. Okay? Six of Wands, two, and this is exactly what I'm saying. Six of Wands, Two of Swords, the Star. You don't even see the victory coming. You don't even see that you're about to get everything that you want and desire, or everything that you are destined for. Let's put it that way. Because the things that we want and desire sometimes aren't good for us, and so we don't get them, right? And everybody's like, Betsy, I didn't get what I wanted and desired. This isn't just about money. This isn't about relationships. This is about you and your life and your next year. And everything that's coming to you is sitting right there in front of you. But with that Two of Swords, can you see it? Or are you too busy worrying about your future? Can you see it, Virgo? Can you see that the Star is there? This transformation that you guys have, so you could also be dealing with an Aquarius that's trying to help you. I'm not really sure that you're seeing that. There could be an Aquarius that's trying to help you. And then we have the Death card and the Queen of Swords. It's funny, I often see Virgos come out as the Queen of Swords, but I feel like this is a huge transitional time for you guys and for me. The things that we really, really wanted in the past that didn't happen, the things that didn't come into fruition that we really wanted to happen, the reason why it didn't happen is because it wasn't for our highest good. It wasn't in our best interest. Again, and I'll say it over and over and over until each and every one of you can hear me. Usually when the universe or source energy or God or whoever it is that you pray to, usually when there's a no from God, that means there's something better right around the corner. So let this transitional period move you in ways that are for your highest good, and don't sit in the heartbreak for too long. Don't sit in that hurt for too long, because life is about to get really, really sweet. And if you don't take your blindfold off, Virgo, you're not going to be able to see it coming, and it's going to smack you in the face, and you're going to be like, oh my God, why was I so worried? I love you guys. Thanks for letting me have an amazing 2 years on YouTube. The Virgo reading was actually the first reading that I did 2 years ago. It was on September 3rd. So I'm having my 2-year anniversary along with my birthday this coming up weekend. And it feels wonderful and it feels amazing. And all of the support and love that you guys have given me is just like out of this world. So I love that I can give back to you guys as well. If you want to get your personal birthday reading with me, I try and schedule it as close to your birthday as possible. But right now I'm already scheduling for the first week in September. So if you want to get your personal birthday reading with me, make sure you get that soon, ASAP. And I am offering 20% off all of my other readings and 20% off my apparel. It's like a birthday celebration all over the place. I just want to, it's my birthday and I'm giving back to everybody else. So I love you all. Take really, really good care of yourselves during this time and celebrate your life this year. Celebrate on your birthday. Celebrate the fact that you were born. I love you guys. Bye.